to the deep dive. Today, we're going deep into Dari Persian, one of Afghanistan's official languages. You shared some really fascinating material with me about this.
Yeah.
And what I really want to uncover is what makes this language so important. And I think it goes beyond just the words themselves. You know,
Right.
it's kind of a key to understanding centuries of culture and even political history. So we'll be exploring its ancient origins. We'll look at all the incredible literature it produced, its role in governing empires, and then, of course, its place in Afghanistan today.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic way to frame it. You know, you're absolutely right. A language is so much more than just a communication tool. It's a living record.
Yep.
It's a civilization's triumphs and innovations. It's their beliefs, their struggles, their stories. And Dari Persian, as we'll discover, has an exceptionally long and vibrant history. And what's really compelling to me about it is its enduring capacity to function both as a language of profound artistic and philosophical expression, and as a practical language of administration and power.
Right. And you always talk about those aha moments.
Yeah.
But without getting bogged down, I think of this as us tracing a single thread from the heart of ancient empires to the voices of poets. Maybe you already know some.
Oh.
Right up to the Afghanistan of today. It's all kind of interconnected through this one remarkable language.
Yeah.
So with that kind of grand sweep in mind, let's start at the very beginning. Where did Dari Persian even come from?
Well, its story is really deeply intertwined with the history of the Persian empires. Yeah. And specifically, it evolved from Middle Persian, also known as Pahlavi. And this was the official language of the Sasanian Empire. This was a major power in the ancient world. They held sway across a vast region from the 3rd to the 7th centuries CE.
Wow.
So, right from the start, Dari Persian has a connection to a significant historical force. Its language carried considerable weight and influence.
So it has this kind of imperial heritage, but as we know, empires, they rise and fall. How did Persian not just kind of disappear after, after the Arab conquests of the 7th century?
Yeah, that's a crucial question. And the answer really speaks to the resilience of the language.
Yeah.
And the culture that it embodies, And so while the Arab conquest did bring a significant influx of Arabic influence, Persian didn't simply vanish. It instead, what it did was it adapted.
Yeah.
And so it incorporated a substantial amount of Arabic vocabulary into its lexicon. But, and this is key, it retained its fundamental structure and grammar, which remained firmly rooted in its Indo-Iranian origin. So it's almost like, a mighty river, welcoming the waters of a new tributary, but continuing to carve its own path.
Wow.
Yeah. So this linguistic survival strategy is a testament to its inherent strength.
That's a really cool analogy.
Right.
It navigated those kind of turbulent times. It adapted. And then our sources here talk about a significant revival.
Yeah, absolutely. By the 9th and 10th centuries, we see a remarkable cultural and linguistic resurgence, particularly within the courts of the Samanid dynasty. And this dynasty held sway over a large territory, parts of modern-day Iran, Afghanistan, and Central Asia.
Right.
And this era is really pivotal because it marks the emergence of Classical Persian. And this is the very form of Persian that stands as the direct ancestor to the Dari, spoken in Afghanistan today. So, and this was a conscious and deliberate effort, actually, by the Samanid rulers to cultivate Persian as a sophisticated language of both literature and administration, signaling a powerful reemergence as a major cultural force in the region. And this revival wasn't just a linguistic shift, it was a cultural survival strategy.
So it sounds like this flourishing in the Samanid courts is where Dari Persian, as we recognize it today, really takes flight.
Exactly.
And from there, it explodes into this incredibly rich literary tradition.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about names that just, echo through the centuries.
Yeah. The establishment of Classical Persian laid the groundwork for what is often celebrated as the golden age of Persian literature.
Right.
And Dari Persian became the chosen medium for an astonishingly diverse and profound body of work created by individuals whose influence continues to resonate deeply across the Persian-speaking world and far beyond.
So let's bring some of those names into the conversation. We have Rudaki, often hailed as the father of Persian poetry. What was it about his work that earned him that title?
Well, what's really captivating about Rudaki is that he was one of the very first major poets to compose his verses in this newly revived form of Persian.
Okay.
So he essentially laid the foundation for the entire edifice of classical Persian poetry that followed.
Wow.
And I mean, imagine being present at the very inception of such a powerful and enduring artistic tradition.
Yeah.
He was a master of various poetic forms. And sadly, while some of his extensive work has been lost to time, what remains offers us a precious glimpse into the early beauty and extraordinary expressiveness of Dari Persian verse.
And then we have Ferdowsi and his epic, the Shahnameh. I mean, this is more than just a poem. This is practically a foundational myth for Persian identity.
Absolutely. Ferdowsi's Shahnameh, which translates to the Book of Kings, is an achievement of monumental proportions. It's a vast and sweeping epic poem that meticulously recounts the myths, the legends, and historical narratives of the Persian world, stretching all the way from the earliest mythical times up to the Islamic conquests in the 7th century.
Right.
And it played an absolutely crucial role in preserving and solidifying Persian cultural identity and the Persian language itself. And so it became a cornerstone. And remarkably, it's written in a form of Persian that remains largely understandable to Dari speakers today.
Wow.
So it bridges a millennium of linguistic evolution.
And then there's Omar Khayyam. I think a lot of people in the West know him for the insightful Rubaiyat.
Indeed. Omar Khayyam was a true polymath, a brilliant mind who excelled in mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy. But he's perhaps most beloved for his Rubaiyat, those concise and deeply thought-provoking four-line poems that explore timeless themes of existence, mortality, and the ephemeral nature of life. They showcase yet another facet of the expressive capabilities of Dari Persian. Its remarkable ability to convey profound philosophical ideas in an accessible and deeply poetic form. And it's amazing how those centuries-old quatrains about the fleeting nature of life still resonate so strongly today. I remember reading one recently that made me really pause and reconsider my own perspective on time.
No, someone who was born in Balkh in present-day Afghanistan, whose influence has really spread globally, is Jalal al-Din Rumi.
Right.
And his poetry seems to speak to people across so many different cultures and religions.
Yeah, this truly underscores Afghanistan's pivotal role in this incredible literary blossoming. Rumi, although he spent the latter part of his life in what is now Turkey, was born in Balkh.
Okay.
And his Sufi poetry, composed in Persian, is celebrated worldwide for its profound mystical depth and its universal themes of love, compassion, and the yearning for the divine. And his use of everyday language to express profound spiritual concepts and his emphasis on love as a unifying force are key to his lasting global impact. He remains one of the most widely read poets in the world, and his work stands as a powerful testament to the spiritual and artistic heights that Dari Persian could reach.
We also, of course, have Saadi and his wise and illuminating works, the Gulistan and the Bustan,
Right.
filled with captivating stories and profound wisdom.
Yeah. Saadi Shirazi, while his name is associated with Shiraz in modern-day Iran, is another towering figure whose masterpiece is the Gulistan, which is the rose garden,
Okay.
and the Bustan, which is the orchard. And they're considered enduring classics of Persian literature, and they are rich with moral lessons, insightful anecdotes, and profound reflections on the complexities of human nature. They showcase the language's remarkable capacity for both breathtaking lyrical beauty and practical worldly wisdom.
And then there's Hafez, whose intricate and deeply resonant poetry is still so ingrained in Persian culture.
Yeah, Hafiz Divan is truly a work of unparalleled mastery. His poetry is incredibly rich with layers of meaning. It explores the full spectrum of human experience, from earthly love and longing to profound mystical devotion. And it's celebrated for its exquisite and nuanced use of language, its intricate web of metaphors, and its enduring spiritual and emotional resonance. And even in our contemporary world, his poems are still frequently recited, interpreted, and deeply cherished across Persian-speaking cultures.
And finally, we have Jamie, who hailed from Herat in present-day Afghanistan. Yeah. Again, this shows Afghanistan's contribution to this golden age.
Absolutely. Jamie stands as one of the last of the great classical Persian poets. And his extensive body of work, much of it deeply rooted in Sufi themes and philosophy, represents the culmination of centuries of rich literary development within the Herat region, which flourished as a major intellectual and artistic center during the Timurid period. And so his presence unequivocally underscores the continuous and profoundly significant contribution of thinkers and artists from what is now Afghanistan to the broader and incredibly rich Persian literary tradition.
It's really amazing to realize that Dari Persian served as the vessel through which all this incredibly profound poetry and philosophy was expressed.
Absolutely.
And preserved for centuries.
Absolutely. These remarkable literary figures elevated Dari Persian to a language of immense cultural prestige and profound intellectual depth. Their works not only provided entertainment and aesthetic pleasure, but also profoundly shaped philosophical thought, ethical values, and the very identity of the Persian-speaking world. And so this wasn't simply about the beauty of the words themselves. It was about shaping how people perceived and understood the world around them,
right,
and their place within it.
So beyond this incredible literary flourishing, Dari Persian also found its way into, I guess we could call it the corridors of power.
Indeed.
Its influence wasn't confined to the world of poetry and philosophy.
No, Dari Persian's sphere of influence extended far beyond the elegant world of literature, and it rose to become the indispensable lingua franca of administration, governance, and diplomacy for several major empires that controlled vast geographic territories across Asia.
So let's get into some specifics. The Ghaznavids, who ruled over a huge expanse of land, adopted Persian as their official language.
Right.
What were the far-reaching consequences of that decision?
So the Ghaznavids, who rose to prominence in the 10th century, established control over territories that encompassed modern-day Iran, Afghanistan, and substantial portions of the Indian subcontinent. And their deliberate adoption of Persian as the official language of their royal court and their administrative apparatus was absolutely crucial in disseminating the language and its associated cultural influence across these incredibly diverse regions. And it became inextricably linked with concepts of power, prestige, and sophisticated governance, leaving a lasting linguistic and cultural legacy.
And then we have the Timurids. As we said earlier, they really transformed Herat into a major cultural and an intellectual hub.
Right.
And that must have further solidified Dari's importance within Afghanistan itself.
Absolutely. The Timurid dynasty, which emerged in the 14th century, were enthusiastic and influential patrons of Persian culture and learning.
Right.
And they deliberately transformed Herat, situated in present-day Afghanistan, into one of the most significant intellectual and artistic centers in the entire Islamic world. And so this fervent patronage further elevated the status and prestige of Dari Persian, particularly within Afghanistan, firmly establishing it as a language of high culture, rigorous scholarship, and effective administration.
It's really fascinating to see how Afghanistan has consistently been at the very heart of Dari's development.
Yeah.
And its broader sphere of influence. And then we have, of course, the mighty Mughal Empire in India. They also utilized Persian as their official language for several centuries.
Yeah, the Mughal Empire, which governed much of the Indian subcontinent from the 16th through the 19th centuries, formally adopted Persian as its official language of court administration and cultural expression. And this had a profound and lasting impact on the cultural and linguistic landscape of India for centuries.
Wow.
And what's particularly noteworthy is that individuals of Afghan origin played a remarkably significant role in shaping the Persian literary tradition within the Mughal court. So consider the extraordinary contributions of poets like Mirza Ghalib and influential statesmen like Abdur Rahim Khani Khana. Their legacies beautifully illustrate the intricate interconnectedness of cultures facilitated by the power of language and the enduring influence of the Afghan intellectual heritage.
So it's clear that Dari Persian wasn't merely a language spoken within the boundaries of what we now call Afghanistan. It was really this kind of dynamic and influential language that served as this vital link, connecting vast empires and facilitating communication and cultural exchange across incredibly diverse populations, and even in more recent historical periods, as the geopolitical landscape, underwent significant shifts, it remained really crucial within Afghanistan itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Despite the dramatic political transformations of the 19th and 20th centuries, including the significant influence of Dari Persian steadfastly remained the bedrock of Afghan governance and national identity. And it served as the primary language of the royal court, of crucial diplomatic negotiations, and of the central administrative structures of the state right up until the late 20th century. And so this profound and enduring integration into the very fabric of the Afghan state, unequivocally, underscores its fundamental and unwavering importance to the nation's identity.
So that brings us really up to the present day. What is the current status and role of Dari Persian in modern Afghanistan?
Well, a truly significant milestone was the ratification of the 2004 Afghan Constitution, which formally recognized Dari alongside Pashto as one of the two official languages of the country. And so this crucial legal recognition is absolutely vital for ensuring its continued vitality and its active use in all facets of national life, from governance to education.
So it's not just a relic of a glorious past. It's a vibrant, living language that is actively used.
Precisely. Today, Dari Persian serves as the primary language utilized in government administration at all levels in the diverse landscape of Afghan media, from news broadcasts and television dramas to films and online content, and throughout the educational system across a significant portion of Afghanistan. And it is, in essence, the principal working language of the nation, facilitating communication and conducting the essential business of the country.
And I imagine it still carries that profound cultural weight, doesn't it? It goes beyond just official business and administration.
Oh, absolutely. Dari continues to be the cherished language of Afghan poetry, a vibrant and evolving musical tradition and contemporary literature. And it serves as the essential vehicle through which cherished cultural traditions, such as Nowruz, the Persian New Year celebrations, are actively celebrated, transmitted across generations, and kept vibrantly alive. And it forms a fundamental cornerstone of Afghan cultural identity, deeply connecting people to their rich history, their shared heritage, and their collective spirit.
Now, of course, the modern world brings its own set of challenges. Are there any factors that currently pose a threat to Dari's continued prominence?
Like many languages navigating the complexities of the modern era, Dari does indeed face certain challenges. The ongoing political instability that has unfortunately plagued Afghanistan has had a significant and multifaceted impact on all aspects of life in the country. Additionally, the increasing global influence of English and the presence of a diverse array of regional languages within Afghanistan do contribute to a dynamic and evolving linguistic landscape. However, considering Dari's deeply entrenched historical roots and its incredibly strong and enduring connection to Afghan national identity, there is a strong indication that it will continue to be actively transmitted and widely used by future generations. And its profound cultural significance provides a powerful and inherent impetus for its continued survival and vitality.
So as we've heard in this deep dive into the history and influence of Dari Persian, this is a language with a really rich and remarkably resilient journey.
It evolved from its origins in ancient empires to this flourishing during a golden age of literary innovation, and it continues to serve as a vital language of governance and cultural expression in Afghanistan today. It's clearly so much more than simply a means of communication.
Indeed. Understanding the fascinating journey of Dari Persian provides an exceptionally valuable lens through which to comprehend the complex history, the vibrant culture, and the very essence of the identity of both Afghanistan and the broader Persian-speaking world, and the intricate ways in which language, literature, and power have intertwined and mutually influenced each other over the course of centuries is a truly key takeaway here.
It really makes you think about the enduring power of language, considering how Dari Persian has not only survived but thrived through so many significant transformations and challenges across so many centuries. What does its ongoing presence tell us about the inherent capacity of language to not only reflect but also actively shape and diligently preserve cultural identity, especially when confronted with the forces of modernization and pervasive global influences, perhaps delving into the works of some of the extraordinary poets we've discussed could offer you even deeper insights into this truly enduring power.
Yeah, I think that's a really great takeaway.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.